Today we're unboxing a new 4K player and upgrading my system. I'm taking you on the journey.
Welcome back, sir. All systems for gaming will be prepared in a few minutes. For now, feel free to grab a cup of coffee and have a good day.
Hey everyone, Mike here. Welcome back to the Marvel Man Cave. And as I mentioned in intro, today I am unboxing the Panasonic. It's the UB820 4K player. Figured I would take you on the journey with me, even though I'm sure some of you probably already have this or a dedicated 4K player. But up until I got this, I've been using just my Xbox One, or no, sorry, Xbox X. That I think that's how you say it. Xbox X Series X. That's it. I knew I'd get there. So figured I would unbox this with you and show you how I get it set up, and then figure out what the first movie is that I'm going to play on it. That's the exciting part, and I have no idea what the first movie I will play. If you have some ideas, leave in the comments below. But I should mention, sorry for the backdrop and some of the mess. We are still in the process of kind of putting the Marvel Man Cave back together. I do plan on doing some videos to kind of document what we've been doing and kind of getting stuff back together and after the flood, and they came and did all the work and everything like that. So it's been about almost a week now since they've done it. As I'm filming this, it's been about a week and getting that. So yeah, I'll take you on the journey. If you want to see that, please hit the thumbs up on this video, but hit subscribe if you want to see the journey. I plan on doing a few videos on that, just because we are doing some upgrades. This is one of them, was getting the 4K player. I got this off Amazon because I ended up just saved all my points. I kind of knew early last year, that I wanted to get a dedicated 4K player. Anybody's curious, this is the remote for it. A little disappointed for the price that you pay. It doesn't appear to be backlit, but maybe I'm wrong in that. A couple of my other remotes are not backlit, and it's inconvenient when you're watching a movie and it's not. Can't see the keys. I can't hit the pause button, especially as you get older and you can't see them as well. But there's the power cord and the thing. But so yeah, I was thinking about, for the past year or so, about getting a dedicated 4K player. There was part of me was just kind of concerned that, because I usually get a new Xbox whenever they come out, and I was like, well, what if the next one they don't do a physical disc version, because they're moving more and more away with Game Pass. So yeah, I decided I wanted to get a dedicated 4K player for my movies. But this is the player. This is the one. Honestly, I ended up going with this one. I don't believe it's region free, but a lot of people recommended it during my research. This one kept coming up over and over and over again, and I think it usually retails for like $500 or something like that. But I have an Amazon credit card, so every time I buy from Amazon, or when we go to the Amazon store, I've just honestly been saving my points, knowing that I was going to get this. And then on Prime days, it went down to, I think, like $4.59 was the price that it went down to. And between my points and just some from a return that I had made and a gift card that I had gotten, I had enough points just to get it free and clear. So I consider this a free 4K player. It's not how it really works, but what I tell myself in my mind. So yeah, I don't really know too much about it, other than as far as the stats. I'm sure I'll put a link to it down below if anybody's curious in all the technical stats and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm excited to get this plugged in, get it set up, and then watch my first 4K movie on it. And again, if you have ideas on what I should play, let me know in the comments below. Maybe it's not the first one, because probably by the time you're watching this, I've already seen one. But let me know what movie that you would watch on this, and then as a reference to kind of see the difference, because I am curious if I'm going to notice a difference between this and the Xbox itself. So let's get it set up. All right, so one of the things I did when I was setting up the new Marvel Man Cave is I went ahead and ran the cables through the wall and everything. So I don't know if you really need me to show you me plugging in the 4K player, but I'm going to run the power, and then I'm going to plug the HDMI that I already ran through the wall from the TV, plug that into the back, and then we'll fire it up on the television. We got the 4K player all hooked up. I went ahead and went through some of the this initial setup, because honestly I wasn't expecting to have all that. And I will say the one thing I did not do is I did not set it up to do any networking stuff. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm don't really see a need as to why I would need my 4K player hooked up to the internet, so I opted to just not. It's one of those things, like, unless I need to do a firmware update or something like that, like, I kind of don't want it making updates on its own. I'm not actually sure what it's doing. Oh, I guess it's trying to confirm the network, so it can't go through. But so I did not set up my network or anything like that, so I just have it. This is basically the usual whenever you go in and don't insert a disc. So I'm going to go ahead and put a disc in and take a look at that. Now, I will say I have turned it on and I've played a movie on this already just to kind of make sure it was all set up. I'm going to mute the TV so I don't get a copyright notice. But I have already gone through the setup and all that, and I've already watched the movie on this, so I kind of have some idea of what to expect. And honestly, I'm really happy with it. Like I said, I was coming from an Xbox Series X, which was a little bit of a pain. I ended up buying like 2 separate remotes to try and not have to use the controller, because the controller would shut off after a period of time. So then you had to turn the controller on just if you wanted to pause a movie or something like that, or get up, take a drink or whatnot. So I always found that a little bit annoying. So I wanted that. There was another reason to get a 4K player. So I have my dedicated remote, and in the one movie I've watched thus far, it has been fantastic. It's very smooth. I will say it takes maybe a little bit longer than I would have anticipated just to open and power on. But I would say the last time I had a dedicated player was a DVD player, and I'm sure it was a lot less advanced than this is now. So that's just me coming from something that was years ago, and then having used like Xboxes and stuff like that, probably for like the past 5-6 years and stuff, and also just streaming stuff from digital library and things like that. So I'm very happy with this player. It's really nice. The control is, I would say, very smooth. Like, again, it's probably coming from a device that's not a dedicated player, to finally having a dedicated player seems to make all the difference. And honestly, at the end of this, I'm going to kind of show you a little bit as a little bit of bonus review, because I don't know if you can tell, but you can see behind the TV. One of the things I did whenever I had everything out and off the wall is I bought the new Govee Pro lights. You can see the camera on the top. And I'm going to show you a video of me watching the movie End of Days, which is the first movie I watched on this 4K player. And just the difference that it kind of makes. It's a very subtle difference between the lights. You can kind of see it here with F1. Now you got to keep in mind my back wall is painted blue, so I think that distorts a little bit of the colors, but you can see a little bit on the sides and a little bit on the top where it's kind of trying to match the shades. So if you want to see a little bit more about the actually when you're watching a movie, I'll have that next, but it'll be like a little mini review, I would say, of the Govee Pro lights in addition to the 4K player. Now I'm showing a scene out of the movie Sinners, because when my wife and I watched this the other day, I was really impressed with the light changes, and I think it kind of lends itself because you have a lot of reds and kind of orange and yellow and all that in this specific scene. And I always notice it most kind of in the upper part, so you can kind of see in the upper left where it does the color change to kind of try to match kind of what's on screen. And I mean, it's not exact, and that wasn't something I was really expecting. I was really looking for more something just to kind of add to the ambiance of the movie, to kind of give a little bit more of a immersive feeling, and to make it feel, I don't want to say more cinema like, because obviously this is a 65-inch TV versus, a however many tall feet movie screen that you would normally see. But it definitely does add something to the experience. I was sitting here with my wife and we were watching this, and she was like, "This is pretty cool," just the way it kind of bleeds onto the wall. So it's really, this is not a real, I would say, professional review in any way. This is just kind of my opinion. I've never had a set of these kind of lights before in any way, shape, or form, and I was really hesitant about getting them because I wasn't sure if the camera was going to be annoying to me. And to be perfectly honest, I don't even notice it at this point. Like, every now and then when I'm kind of looking at the lights, when they catch my eye during a movie, I may notice them, but for the most part, there it is completely disappeared to me. So take it for what it's worth. I don't know if it's your kind of thing. If you have any questions about it, I'd be more than happy to answer them in the comments below. But I think they're pretty cool. It definitely adds something. I've had these for about 2 weeks now and watched 4 or 5 movies. And like I said, Sinners, this movie really kind of blew me away with it. There's just parts, I would say, in this specific scene where you really just start to notice, especially when one half of the scene is kind of, let's say, darker, or in this one where you start to get the fire and the one side gets really bright and everything. I mean, it's just cool. Like, it's just something I really enjoy. Like, it just adds a little something to it. You can't really see it because it's out of frame, but up on top, it kind of bleeds onto the ceiling a little bit. So it's just a really cool experience overall. Might not be for you, but I enjoy it. That's my unboxing and kind of review of both the Panasonic 4K player, which is the numbers escape me at this point, and the Govee Backlight TV Pro 3, or whatever the name. It's a horrible name, but whatever that is, as well. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Sorry about kind of the inconsistency in this video. When I first filmed it, I was in the middle of my allergic reaction to redoing the basement, and so there's a big gap between me starting to film that and then today when I'm finishing it, when I feel much better, when I'm editing it together, I can completely tell I'm like I was not myself at that point in time. I just had a horrible reaction to like all the dust and the crap that was down here from pulling up all the carpet. So apologize for that, but if you stuck with it this far, thank you so very much. Please consider giving this video a thumbs up. If you like this kind of content, please consider hitting the subscribe button. I do a lot of this stuff here on my channel. But I hope everybody's having a wonderful day, and don't forget, collect what you love.